LD the Messenger, let's get into the video. Now, in case you didn't know, the FIFA World Cup is currently being held in America, Mexico, and Canada right now, as we do whatever the fuck we're doing right now. In case you didn't know, I am of Ivorian descent. The Ivorian national team, Côte d'Ivoire, was in the competition. They've been eliminated from that competition. And I'm here to give my thoughts, the truest thoughts you'll ever hear, because what you have on YouTube is a bunch of gaslighters, a bunch of people that's gonna blow smoke up your ass. You know, the white content creators don't want to be racist. They don't want to be offensive to Africans. So they're going to just give this pitter-patter opinions, pitter-patter takes. But the truth is, African football got a long way to go to catch up to European and South American football. Côte d'Ivoire looked pathetic in their outing against Norway. They were slow. They were not cohesive on the ball. A bunch of individuals just running around for no reason, no direction. There was nothing that was impressive about that side. So really, the Ivorian national team is just not a team worth supporting. If you support Ivory Coast and nations like Ivory Coast, you need to look towards other things. It's time for something new. It's time for us to just enjoy football for what it is and not pour so much emotion, not pour so much care towards your actual nation, but support the players that matter. You got players like Messi, once in a generation. You got players like Lamine Yamal, once in a generation. You got players like Mbappe, Haaland. You got plenty of ballers to be watching right now, but you are just so concerned with African football. Why? Senegal choked against Belgium. Côte d'Ivoire were pathetic against Norway. They didn't want to win. They just wanted to stop Haaland. That's all they were in the game for. They were so petrified of Haaland. So petrified to the point where you had 3 defenders on a man that wasn't Haaland. They probably thought was Haaland, but it wasn't Haaland. And Haaland was just left alone. These people are a joke. They didn't throw caution to the wind. The Amad Diallo equalizer really was unexpected. Amad Diallo is quality. He's going to do quality things. But that equalizer really wasn't as a result of good play. It wasn't a team goal. It was individual brilliance. It was moments like that. Individual moments. And that's what the Ivorian national team is all about. Individual moments. That's not reliable. That doesn't get you far in tournaments because you need cohesiveness. You need chemistry. You need positive play. We don't have any of that. We have moments. It's been a problem in 2014. It was a problem. It was really just Gervinho and, God willing, it goes in. It was Gervinho carrying Ivory Coast. We had Yaya Toure carrying Ivory Coast. Drogba carrying Ivory Coast. But cohesiveness was never really our thing. And so we just need to give up because they're just not going to get it. They're just too low IQ to get it. We will never play the way Japan plays, even though they're eliminated. They can still hold their heads up high because they faced Brazil. That's much tougher than Norway. And they showed a good accounting of themselves. Not only that, but Japan was dealing with a lot of injuries. So they can go out with some pride. For the Ivorians, though, that's just not the case. I mean, it was just very labored, very lethargic, and it was just a disgrace to football. How do you play football like that? How do you play football at such a slow pace? No desperation, nothing. Like Hermes Faye thought that the tempo is fine, the way they're moving the ball is fine, being one-dimensional and just relying on Yan Diomande to do everything, and Amad Diallo to do everything is fine. Really, we're just going to throw on a bunch of attackers, Eli Wahi, just throw on all these men on the pitch and all that, like Diakite, like he's gonna do anything, like Diakite's crap. Just throw up all these guys and let's just pray that we score. No, the tempo needs to change, the build-up needs to change. We need to stop being one-dimensional. But we don't have the midfielders that either has the legs to press the ball, to run with the ball, drive with the ball, to create something in the center. Instead, we got Franck Kessié, a guy that's just useless, a guy that plays in the Saudi Pro League, and we know how the Saudi Arabians got down in this tournament. They got eliminated in embarrassing fashion, finishing behind Uruguay and Cape Verde. So Saudi Arabia and Saudi Arabian players aren't really that good, but this is the guy that was balling with these lot, right? Playing club football with these men. You trust his footballing ability. You want to rely on his footballing ability because he played for Barcelona one time. Come on, man. This is just ridiculous, man. And so we're not going anywhere soon. We're never going to get it. We're never going to get it unless we have players that are willing to run, players that are willing to commit themselves to the cause, players that are willing to run beyond the striker, make themselves an option. I mean, look at the United States. The United States had success in this tournament because they had players willing to run beyond the striker, Flo Balogun. I mean, it's crazy. Like McKinney, like these guys are running beyond the striker. Meanwhile, on our side, we have Kessié just laboring, meandering behind Bonny. But there was no options for Bonny. So if you scapegoat Bonny, you're low IQ. If you scapegoat Bonny, you have no football intelligence, because that's not the cause for our destruction, our downfall. We had no build-up play. Our build-up play was through Yan Diomande, through Amad Diallo, through Nicolas Pepe. That was the only route to goal, was through our wide players. It's ridiculous, man. Like, we have no middle game anymore. We have no middle game because we don't have the talent, not necessarily that. We don't have the runners. We don't have players that can make themselves available. So Ivorian football's dead. African football's dead. Senegal choked so badly. We have these IC3 goalkeepers that can't even do the basics right. You expect Africa to win a World Cup within the next 100 years? No, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Stop with the delusions of grandeur. It's just not happening because we just don't have what it takes. Stop with the individual brilliance. That's all we rely on, individual brilliance. In 2014, it was Gervinho. This year, it was Amad Diallo. It was just individual brilliance that brought us the equalizer. It wasn't good, cohesive team play. It was Amad Diallo doing Amad Diallo things, willing his team back into the game. But the team play is so trash. They don't move the ball with pace. They don't move the ball with impotence. It's just so slow. It's like you guys have like 120 minutes to score. You don't. You have 90 minutes to score and you're behind. So start moving, start running, start breaking the line, start running beyond Bonny, start making yourselves an option. But no, it's just la 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 la. Let me just pass this way, pass that way. Let's just pass at 2 miles per hour. Like, what the fuck is this, man? So as long as that's the mentality, as long as that's the way we play football, we're never going to go anywhere. People need to kill themselves for Africa. They need to kill themselves for football. But they're not doing that. They're not killing themselves for Africa or football. They're just la 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 la. Let me just pass at 2 miles per hour to this way. If we're going to play out wide, our wide players will benefit if they receive the ball much sooner so that they have less players to worry about at the back because they're not going to get back in time. So yeah, like, we were architects of our own downfall. Norway deserved it. They looked to score every set piece. Every corner looked like it was gonna go in. They beat the Ivorians in the air. They were tough. They were more cohesive when they had the ball. There's still flaws to the Norway side. This is why it's more embarrassing. This game could have been won, but they didn't want it as bad as the Norwegians did. So yeah, Norway, they worked harder. They were more cohesive. They deserved to win. So don't tell me this, oh, we were so unlucky. If we had a striker, we'll do. No. You're just low IQ. If that's your take, you're low IQ. And if you write such comments under this video, you'll be banned. You will be sent to the shadow realm. So no, all these positive comments, they're just going to get removed. Sorry, it's just what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's it. Fuck the Ivorian national team. It's time for something new. It's time for us to move on with our lives. It's time for us to embrace good football, like what Argentina's doing, like what Spain's doing, like what France doing, like what Brazil's doing. Start watching these teams instead of watching Africans, because Ghana aren't going to do anything. We're all going to the shadow realm. All the sub-Saharan African teams are going to the shadow realm. It is what it is.